All right, day 4. We're all hanging in there. I hope so. Don't watch what I'm eating. It's a secret. What have you been eating? Hopefully you've all been adhering to the plan, to the T. All right, today's tip, we want to focus on sleep control, right? Sleep is like very important. It's really the simple things that are so impactful to why we can't get that weight off and to why we can't keep it off, right? One of those things of great importance when it comes to weight loss and metabolism even, is sleep control, right? That's the number one replenisher of our energy, right? We replenish through sleep. Imagine not sleeping, right? We don't have any energy, we're tired, we're sluggish, right? So we need sleep to refuel. We cannot function without it. Nothing we do can function without proper sleep. We want to be getting anywhere between 6 to 8 hours a night. And if you're a little older, maybe you can run off 5 or 6 hours per night. But at the minimum, 5 hours a night, and at the max, 8 hours a night. A tired brain is pretty much a useless brain, right? Our brains, if we have to remember that our brains are our body's control center. It allows it to think clearly, to make sound decisions, all which we need to be able to do when adhering to any program, right? Any plan, any program is going to call for us to be able to think clearly, and particularly in this diet program, to make sound decisions and choices, right? When we're tired, we don't want to cook. When we're tired, we don't care what we eat. We want something quick. We want to grab it and go. It's going to basically make us more sleepy, the itis, and put us back to sleep. So we want to avoid that. So getting proper rest allows us to do just that, right? Another important factor to consider when we talk about lack of sleep is stress. I was reading, I can't remember exactly what, but I was somewhere online, and there was a list of about over 50 symptoms that were said to have been the cause of insomnia, which insomnia is pretty much, lack of sleep. You're not getting the proper amount of sleep. That's insomnia, you can't sleep, right? A lack of sleep, basically. And number one, like the very, very first one on that list was stress, right? Stress was the number one reason why millions of Americans don't get enough sleep. And we're always stressed, right? I live in New York. I'm stressed every second of the day, right? But practicing, I don't know what your faith is, what your religion is, if you have a religion, or what you like to do to kind of digress and settle down, from your day. Some stress reducing techniques, meditation. I know a lot of people like to meditate. If you like to read, you like to watch movies, whatever it is that you do that kind of resets and releases, all of that going on in your mind from such a hectic day. Put that into practice, and that may help you be able to get the stress off your mind. Therefore, you can, get better quality of sleep if stress is the reason why you're not sleeping well. So yeah, we can put things like that into practice. Another thing that happens when our bodies lack sleep, it can have a difficult time metabolizing carbohydrates. And what that means is breaking down our food. Basically, it has a hard time breaking down our food. Of course, it's going to have a hard time working when it's tired, just like you're going to have a hard time working when you're tired. Our body is doing work inside, and it needs energy to do that work. And the best way to provide that energy is through is through proper rest, so it can properly break down those carbs. So if our body is unable to break down those carbs, which is how sugar is broken down and absorbed into the cells, then our blood sugar levels are going to rise because we have carbs just sitting around. We have sugars in our blood just sitting around, not being absorbed into the cell. So our blood sugar levels are going to rise. In turn, that's going to spike our insulin levels. And then what insulin is going to do is say, hey, this is unused energy. Let's store it as fat. That's what happens to undigested food, unbroken down food. It's stored as fat. So we want to make sure we're getting the proper amount of rest so we can get the proper amount of absorption from our food and the proper breakdown of that food, right? And ultimately, we need our rest again to do what? Particularly within these next 7 days, to meal prep, to keep our mind focused on the goal, and to make sound decisions, right? We need our sleep to be able to do that. So make sure you're getting proper rest, guys. I hope you all are. I know some people have kids, some people have huge families, some people have strenuous jobs. But whatever it is, try to find that comfort zone for you that you can really wind down so you're able to go to sleep. So a lot of time we're just laying in the bed, but our brains are still running. So we want to try to quiet that, active mind as much as possible in order to maximize the results that we're going to get, not only within this next 7 days, but over the course of the rest of your life. All right, guys, so that's day 4's tip, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Hopefully you guys have worked out today as well.